Stats are good. Let's do this real quick. Doing a web browser? Well, that sucks. Okay. Well. Viking, John, what's up? You guys hear me okay? Hello, hello, hello. Just do like that, I guess. Cool, thank you. So what is going on? I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to come in. I need to swap out a print real quick. Neb, Paul, what is up? Alex. I fell off the planet. Yeah, I kind of did there for a while. Paul, thank you. Haven't been doing, Chris, haven't been doing much content at all. I've been working. I've been doing a lot of stuff lately. But I haven't been doing any videos. And there's a couple reasons for that. Main one being things are just busy. Everyone is stuck at home now doing things or not doing things for that fact. Where's that other color I need? Red, where'd the red go? But I've been trying to stay on top of my printing, and if you can see, it's a little different in here, which I'm going to do a video later on that, on things I've been working on. But there's been a lot that I've been doing. The wife's been helping me out in the office quite a bit to try and, I don't know, get a new flow going here. Yes, well, Aaron, yes, but we've scaled back even essential now, so it's more so, you know, my team is in, but I'm also getting time off as well. Here's the red. There's the red. Yeah, Paul, I have a lot of 3D printers, and most of them are running all the time. I actually just finished printing a bunch of face shields for a local city. They needed them, so I said sure. They wanted 400, so I gave them, I think, 410 or 11, something like that. I did 2 shipments of just over 200 to them. So that took me about a week. So the past week I've been doing nothing but face shields. I went through 20, not full spools, but like 23 spools or something like that. I think I have the picture on my phone actually of all the spools. Let me look here. Yeah, so here's all the face shields. Printing all of those. And then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, so 23 empty spools, and then another, what was it? I had a few Rhino Reel refill spools. I think I printed 4 or 5 of those as well. So 2,000. Holy heck. That's a lot. Um, and I was just using leftover review filament spools or spools that I had bought. Like I got that Rhino Reel stuff when they were going out of business for, I don't know, God, was it like $6 a roll for 750 grams? So yeah, my problem right now is I can't get more filament. So I did those 400, and that's great and all, but you know, it's 20 some spools of filament gone. And yeah, I still have a bunch left, but I don't have any more after that. So they haven't told me they want more yet. So I'll wait and see if they say, hey, send us some more, and I will. Hey, Greg, welcome. Well, that one just finished too. But I've been doing a lot of things around the office. I'll show you up here real quick. So I got my rep box finally mounted way up there. Got my custom, which way to go? Right there. My custom side panels put on there. And then down below that, right here, is the Palette 2S Pro or Palette 2 Pro. So I've been printing with that for a while now. Found me on Twitter. Oh, cool. But yeah, so I moved the Mark III over here, moved the Delta over. My artillery X1 is up there printing right now. Printing a giant egg bowl for one of my daughter's teachers and her kids, since they didn't get any American Easter candy, so we're going to take them some. Paul, no, they didn't pay for anything. I did everything for free, so I didn't make them pay for filament. I didn't make them pay for print time. I just did 400 shields just as doing my part. I kind of felt bad. I mean, I have, you know, in total with the resin, I think I have 25 printers, and I use most all of them. I use most all of them, but it just seems like I needed to do something more for them. So I told them, tell me how many you want, and I'll get them to you, and I did. So it only took me a week to do that, so it wasn't too bad. I want to... Yeah, my office is too full. I'm actually get ready to sell a couple 3D printers. My old Monoprice that I bought, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago almost now. My Monoprice Select Mini, I'm going to get rid of that one. The Monoprice Mini, I'm going to sell that one off. I bought that open box. Worked well, you know, but I just don't use it anymore. So those are the ones I'm getting rid of. I really don't use the Delta much anymore, so I don't know if I want to keep that or not. The CR10, CR10S, I mean, they're older printers, but I think if I get newer ones into review, I'll cycle those out and, I don't know, give them to the kids' school or something like that. I did that before I left my last place, gave the school a couple printers, so I might give away a couple more before I leave here next year. Sorry, 1 second. first graders doing a project, so I'm printing out all of these little. I don't know if you guys remember from grade school, you had like these like little tiles, different shapes. I've got trapezoids, I've got triangles, squares, octagons, or hexagons, sorry, hexagons. But you use these little tiles to make like mosaic pictures and to learn about, compound shapes, things like that. So my wife came to me today and asked me to print a bunch out for her, so that is what 3 of my printers is working on today, is just getting all of that done. Hello from Japan. Hello, hello. Greg, no one judges anybody if you can or can't, be honest. I know Tom, just listening to him, you know, he's very against. Jake from State Farm, what's up, man? Like printing just to print in order to get, you know, that one tweet out there. I mean, I think I posted a few times about it. I was going to post that final delivery picture of all the crazy colors because, again, I printed a bunch of end spools and things like that where I only got maybe, out of a full kilogram, the model that I'm printing for them, I can get 28 complete shields, so the top and the chin part. I can get 28 sets. I probably got 12 to 14 out of most of the spools that I had, so about half spools. That's what a lot of them were. Some of them were full spools. Ah, whoa, shit. Well, Easter was pretty good. Again, we didn't. Our mail has been basically stopped, so we got what we could for the kids, and I mean it was enough. They don't really know the difference, but we got them something that they could open up. We did our normal Easter egg hunt. We do ours in the house just because it's hot here, and anything put outside is just gonna melt, and we're gonna get buggy really quick. So we do our Easter egg hunt in the house. We hide all their Easter baskets, things like that. So they have a good time finding all those things, and had dinner. Didn't have anybody over, which we always do. Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas, I always invite people from my office over. But this year was a whole nobody, so that was not as fun as usual. But we still had a good time with the kids. But today, I am just been working on, well, the kids are outside most of today. I'm still trying to get that all put away. I've got my desk mostly cleaned off. Mostly, keyword. There's still a few things left that I need to take care of and get put away or throw away. I've got like, what, 2 or 3 projects sitting on the table now too. See you, Greg. But yeah, so it's just been a lot of other projects. Thanks, Jesse. It's glad to be missed, I guess. Or nice to be missed, I guess. I have another vase. A little vase of shapes is now full. I need something else. I've also been experimenting with some of the different masks that people have published. This is a flexible one, and it does a pretty good seal. Not much air getting around it, but just debating on doing a video on these, on like what my findings were, but I just can't get, lately, I am struggling with the flexible. I mean, this is off my Mark 3S, and it's just crap. I had one come off of the Sidewinder. Where'd that one go? This black was off of this black's off the Mark 3S too, but it's a much higher shore rating of filament. And while it is filled in the whole way, there's very little under extrusion or gaps. It came out so bad on the inside there that it's like putting sandpaper on your face. That's no bueno. So I've been working on some gasketing for Darth Vader here, but this one, my nose is too big and doesn't fit in here. So I'm thinking about maybe taking some heat to this and widening it out to kind of get a better fit. But these two designs are the best ones that I found. So I am using it's this window gasketing stuff, and so I have two different sizes in here. I've got this smaller one up here and this thicker one here, and that really helps fill the gaps in. But again, my nose just for this particular model is just too wide, so it's just not working out well. I got to figure out what to do about that one. Here's a nice fresh polycarbonate. This is carbon fiber polycarbonate from Priline. So I guess I've already started printing the parts. I've already decided. But no, I want to do a bare build, a Prusa Mark 3S bare build. But doing it all DIY, just like I did my red Prusa down here that I did the Mark III DIY one. I want to do the same thing, but with the 2040 bare build. Boiling water. Oh, fat man, that would be alright. I was just thinking about using my heat gun, just heating it up a little bit. Oh, this is much better when you put down glue stick, Shane. I forgot to put glue stick down before, and I just royally tore up my sheet. You can see all of this was from the last polycarbonate that I did. I totally blanked and didn't put down a release agent, so that was just stupid of me. I need a container for that too. Son of a gun. I didn't finish that there. Man. Just put a pile on the desk with everything else. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. There we go. No damage that time. That's so much better. I'm such an idiot. I need to do a video on this flex plate too for the Mark III. It is, actually, the guy makes it for a bunch of printers, but he's out of stock right now. But this is the best one I have found so far. This is by Subtle Designs, and this thing is awesome. Really awesome. But I am just tearing the hell out of it. Are those both printing now? All three of those are printing? Yeah, okay, good. Oh. But yeah, what else have I been doing? Been doing a lot of projects around the house for the wife. Or just in general, not just for her, but just printing different things for around the house. Like our 1-year-old keeps getting into the freezer, so I found the freezer key for that. Hey Ron, what's up, man? So I went ahead and used the freezer key, or created a freezer key for that one. What else has it been doing? I can forget. It's just all kinds of random fixes. Version 2 for the Baby Gate, did a video on that a long time ago. Hey William, I'm still here. I'm planning a comeback, basically. Just trying to get myself reorganized. That's kind of been the biggest thing, is I haven't had time to just reorganize my office, and it's just gotten so overwhelming. And then with the last week of getting the face shields printed, knocking all those out. I have back there along the wall all of the maker boxes that I haven't printed with, ready to go, notes in them. Like, I have all my settings set up in there for a video to do everything. I just have to actually film them, and until I can get myself cleaned up here, that's not going to happen. So I just need to get that done. Where's my Prusa slicer at? While we're chatting here, I'm going to delete all those. I'm going to get some more. Let me queue up another print for the polycarbonate. 0.2, yeah, we're going to do with, where to go? Polymaker PC Max settings are good, and 25% infill, downloads. There, full upgrade Mark III, STL. Let's see what I printed that. I printed those, that. I need to bring up the website. But yeah, so I'm printing, like I said, I'm planning on doing the bear build, and I think it will end up being a pretty good project. So end cap, I need to dupe that one. This is the Rambo lower hinge. This one, I have that, I have the feet, I have the lower, I have the rod holders, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 rod holders, got those. PSU upper mounts, I think I need 2 of those. Prints need a smidgen of cleanup on them. So I have that one, I have that. Let's arrange this. I have those done. The Rambo base plate. What's up, Gunner? And then what's this one? This is the Y mount. Y motor mount. Rambo, I have that. And PSU lower mount. And I have that. So I need the Mark III. Where is it at? So let's arrange all those. Actually, I'm not going to print that. Oh, and I have that already. How many of these do I need? So we need, that's the cable clip LCD. We need to have 6 of those. So 2, oh, nope, not that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cable clip round. 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the cable clip zip tie 3, 2, 3. That's a lot of little things right there. Ooh, man. Do I think S3D V5 will ever be worth it when it comes out, or they should be too far behind at this point? So Sam, I still use Simplify 3D for pretty much everything else except the Mark IIIs. Those are the only printers that I use Prusa slicer for, because I don't want to remake all 20-some printer profiles in Prusa slicer. It's just too much work to retune a new profile again. So I'm kind of all in on Simplify 3 just because I've had it for so long. But I mean, if you're new to 3D printing, I would just go with Prusa Slicer. But the custom supports are still premium. So that's, in my opinion, it's still the best one for getting those, awesome supports where they need to be. The way that Prusa does it with the support blocker or the support it's weird and I don't like it. But again, that's just me. But will V5 be worth it? If you haven't bought it, maybe. But again, I'm still using... What version am I on? I don't even know if I'm up to date, to be honest. I'm on 4.1.2. I do not know if that's the most recent or not. It's just the version I have. It took me forever to upgrade to version 4, so... what else are we on here? Hey, Dennis. Yeah, I'm around. I hate Cura, Paul. I downloaded it. I think I updated to the new one, 4.5. I hate Cura. In the beginning, it was because there were no settings in it. Like the original, I think I started back on version 10 or 12, something like that, when I first started printing. Didn't like it at all. See you later, Substantia. So it just, I don't know. I just didn't like it. No, 4.5 is the most recent. I have it right here. I'm pulling up now. Yeah. So here's 4.5, and let me see. I have my new little Stream Deck here. So if I do, there we go. See, so here's 4.5, and I don't know. I just don't like the way that they have it set up. Maybe if I was to play with it. See, I did do the Easy 3D Nano, and I've tested the Ender 3 on it because I did use the Cura for my 3D printing class, just because they, I didn't want them to buy Simplify 3D, so I learned most of Cura in order to give them helpings. But I don't know, it's just the way that it's laid out. I hate how it's this little screen over here, and to like click and everything. Then they don't show things, so you have to come in here and then show. Where in Simplify 3D, it's just so much easier to come into the settings. Okay, here's all my layer settings. Here's all my additions, all the info, all the support. It's all right here. I don't have to like worry about what's showing, what's not showing, or scrolling for ages, because they have this just list style that you have to just scroll and scroll and scroll to find anything. I don't know. I just don't find it very user-friendly. I just think Simplify 3D is easier for that. To go into here, okay, crap, it doesn't show everything. But then if you do check all and hit close, you have a million settings now, and it's too much, in my opinion. It was horrible with nothing. Then it got to that medium point where it was getting really good, and then they're like, here's all the settings for everyone, for everything. And I just think it's like, why not have a pop-up that just fills the window? Like, be like this big and I can just do it. I think if this became a pop-up, I'd love it. I honestly do. I think I would use it. I think I would play with it, but I don't. So let's see if I can do this right. So I want to do that one. Yeah. So I'm doing, let's see, is it here? Yeah, so here I have my, oh, it's not live. Come on. Why aren't you online? My GoPro turned off. Or did I turn it back on? Come on. Change that, done. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. So I'm using the Labs OBS is what I use, and I'm using their remote plugin for my tablet, just hooked up to Wi-Fi, so I can switch my different scenes and things like that. So I haven't really... I think there's a lot of settings, like I can turn off things too, which is kind of cool. So I can just do that if I want a clean image. I'm still trying to play with it though. So someone else was asked something earlier real quick. I got a little carried away on that. Sorry, I rant a little bit about Cura because I just really don't like it that much. ID Maker, I did look at that once. It's okay. Yes, V5 is supposed to be a paid upgrade, but I don't know if they're going to end up doing that or not because they're going to lose a ton of people if they do. Will I pay for it? Probably. Just because it's easy and that's what I know. Yuri, what's up, man? I didn't see you come in there. It's crazy. I think I caught up now with chat here. Get some tacos. We actually had taco. Today was taco night, so it was delicious. Oh, Dennis said, "Am I still using the Vortex FT5?" Yes, I am. I actually was just printing a maker box. It's down here, so it's fully enclosed, and it just fits in this bottom shelf here. But I recently did the almost full 713 maker upgrade to it, and I filmed it, but I didn't edit any of it yet. I mean, I filmed it. I think I did that a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. Let me look here. Working folder. Ready to edit. Yeah, so there it is, FT5. So here's all my folders for it, all my files for it. I just have to actually do it, do the video of it, and I did show some after prints for it, so that'll be all right. And then somebody said, what am I printing? So I'm gonna do the Mark III Bear upgrade, but instead of upgrading my Mark III because I like it so much, I'm going to just buy all the parts again and do a DIY build just like I did with this Mark III. So it's gonna be about $375 for all the parts off Ally. It's gonna take who knows how long to get here. So yeah. So I've heard a lot of things about ironing. I have not tried it yet, but we'll see what happens. True Deck. Oh, thanks. Yeah, this is my puppy on here. This huge power bar, which I'm using most of it for things. Like I've got my studio lights hooked up to it. I have an ALEXA up here, but it's called computer. Never mind when I say that, but I change it so in here it's different. But yeah, my desk is better than it was before, but we'll see. This is the first time I'm using a GoPro to stream, so I bought this HDMI cable to use with my Elgato Camlink 4, the Camlink 4K, and I didn't realize why I bought it. And I opened up, was again cleaning my office with the wife, and saw it, and I was like, oh, I bought this for the GoPro. Well, let's do a live stream and test out, see how it is. So I mean, it's okay. It's 1080p, you know, same as everything else. And then I have my super ghetto light that I made. I think I did a project video on that 2 years ago. I've never used the light, and I now have a streaming light. So I'm hoping that sorry about that. I'm hoping that this is enough light I can change the settings if I don't get bit by the fan. Oh shit. But I can make it darker or lighter if I need to. Let's see, is this button here? No. Nope, that's off. Nope, I don't know. It's too hard to reach right now. But I need to make the controls a little bit more accessible on it, but I can dim it if I have to. Brandon, what's up, man? Robert, hello. Thanks, Brandon. Yeah, Gunner's a dick, so it's alright. Jesse Fortech guy, aren't many of us these days. Almost complete 713 maker kit, FT5. So Jesse, I wanted to get an FT6, so it just won't fit anywhere. Like I could put it like under my desk here, but then I'd be kicking it all the time. I just have nowhere to put an FT6, so that's why I never went and did one. I did a scratch bear build by using an AM8 frame kit because it's way cheaper than build it then a bit bigger. So I'm actually going to use the AlphaWise U10, that humongous 400 by 400 by 500 printer that just sucks. I tried doing a Titan extruder on it, but it just, and a Volcano hot end, nothing but problems with it. So I'm just gonna literally cut that frame up, use the motors from it, and I'm gonna build the bear kit. I have not decided if I want to do a higher Z yet. So that is still a question in my mind. I don't know what I'm going to do for that. I heart 3D printing. Well, thank you for the $20, man. I appreciate that. Sin, what's up, man? I know it's good actually seeing everybody again. I really want to do streaming again. I've been debating on doing a I don't know if I want to do like a podcast or a weekly hangout. Trying to find somebody to do it with or whatever. But we kind of see how it's going, and I don't know. I think it would be kind of cool to do a weekly hangout with somebody else other than me talking to the screen, the camera. Have a little bit of interaction with other people, things like that. Almost as long as my FT5's been down. Sin, your FT5's been down. Come on, man. Mine's printing great. I was actually really worried that after I did doing I think I said in the video, which again I haven't even edited yet, but the FT5 conversion took probably 40 to 50 hours. It's a 20-hour build. Like, to build the FT5 takes about 20 hours. It took me about 40 hours to do the mod to it, which was a lot of time. So I do have an Instagram, Sin. It's just @Fuginator. Tag me. What kind of hot end are you putting on the board? Oh, that's what you... What did you, iHeart, what did you ask? And then Paul, which board do you mean? Drag race on live stream? During Fun King, yeah, I could do that. Oh, what am I gonna put? Oh, I'm just gonna use the same V6 hot end that I use, the same clone V6 hot end that I'm using on my DIY Mark 3S. But I'm using a TH3D all metal titanium throat for it, and I'll be using a Micro Swiss all metal, or a Micro Swiss plated nozzle. I think I have one here. Where's my nozzles at? Yeah, I'll be using. I have a 0.4 plated Micro Swiss nozzle that I'll be using. I have a ton of other ones in here, but I like using the plated nozzles on there. I have a few plated nozzles for the X1, the Artillery X1. Now they have a 0.6 on there. I think I have the TH3D hardened nozzle on there right now. But he supposedly came out with a new one. I haven't tried it out yet. iHeart, dude, hit me up on Twitter or something. I'd be happy to do something like that and see how it goes. And I also was debating on doing the I was also debating on doing the Prusa Mini or buying a Prusa Mini, but it's $350 and it just seemed like a lot of money for such a small printer. And then I looked at some of the kits online and they're like $270, $280 I think for like a AliExpress kit. And I was like, maybe one day I might just buy one new one or something. What do you mind me? I have the 2020 i3 right here. Let me switch here a little bit. I gotta remember I keep using this. There we go. So I have the 2020 i3 here. Now that has a clone Titan Aero on it, so I can print most of my flexibles. I print on that printer, but again, lately I've just been, I don't know, things have been weird for me. And then I have the FT5. I wanted the Mega, but John was having issues with his supply, and after Earth, we had talked, but it just didn't happen. So, I wish him the best, but I think it's he's getting outplayed right now by all of China, and that's hard. So. Going edge of tech. I mean, I really don't want to interview anybody, and I don't want anybody to interview me. I want to find that, that somebody to just hang out with once a week or every other week for an hour and talk shop, talk what we're working on, things that are up and coming or whatever. I don't know if I want to do a podcast style or what, but I want to do something. I think it would be fun to interact a little bit more. But I've reached out to a few people, and I'm trying to see what comes up with. So Paul says, is there a way to change a hot end on the Monoprice to a V6? Yes, Paul. I don't know if you watched my videos, but I think I have links in there for all the parts for doing that. But yes, it can be done. It's not that hard either. It'll probably take you an hour to do it all. It's just a pain in the butt with the belt, and getting the belt into the new carriage can be a challenge. But there is a zero offset one that I have used when I originally did the V6 on there, but I did a full carriage replacement later. But there is I think it's called the zero offset V6 for the Select Mini, so you should be able to do that. A Cream Air extruder kit. Thanks, Gunner. 1,000 ISK. Is this ISK? Isn't that like Eve currency, dude? Like, I don't know what I can do with Eve currency. 3D printing gear. What's up? It does. I mean, I'm not really I don't know. I'm kind of introverted, kind of extroverted person. I mean, I do YouTube. You're kind of more extroverted in nature by that. God, my wife's hair is everywhere. And so, I mean, I guess you have a bit of mix of everybody. So, like I said, I think it'd be fun to have somebody to just chill with on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. It does fun to find people to collab with in this type of community, because we're all cave dwellers. So, Sunlu PEDG, any advice? Monoprice Mini V2. Can that printer do? If it's the Select Mini V2, I have the Select Mini V1. It has a heated bed. I don't know what your bed situation is, but I would put glass on it. Don't print on the sticker that comes on the bed. You'll screw it up real quick with PETG. And I'll actually be surprised if you can get the bed that hot consistently for PETG, because you want to have your bed about 70 to 90 C, depending on the type, I guess. TrueTech, you said something about a kiln. That would be sick to get a kiln. I've watched so many videos of people 3D printing something or using like the wax filament, which is pretty cool, and then using that to cast. I'm like, that'd be so cool, but like to have a kiln and get the propane for it and do all that, that's just crazy. Sin's asking about the Saturn. I haven't seen much about it. Like, I saw Jesse tease about it, or Clayton. I saw him tease about it in a one of the groups. But other than that, I haven't seen anything about it. Buy some glass. Yeah, and then Golden, do some. You want some glue stick on there too. So just get some of those. Yeah, I have to have a stepladder in my office because the printers up top are too freaking tall, so I can't actually like see up there. I need to get up on the stool. Giant kiln. See, true. The other thing is, my problem is I have 5 kids, and if there's a kiln around, I'm gonna have to be like a hawk and like lock all the doors and like make sure they don't go anywhere because they're just gonna want to mess with it. If I had a garage or something, it'd be a different story. But there's no. I mean, I have a carport for our cars, and that's it. I don't have anything enclosed. This is my space. This is my little safe area that the wife gave me that I can do whatever I want in and have my stuff, and this is it. But I don't really get much else of the house. Well, listen, so I saw that, like I said, Clay, he's going to do a trial because he's not working. My problem is that even not being home, I have homeschool kids to homeschool, which the wife does a lot with, but I mean, still had to help them or print out stuff for their projects because they want to be cool and have something nifty, so I print out stuff for them to use, or just taking care of the house, being here. I don't have time to, like, everyone's like, oh, I'm home, I'm going to do all these cool projects. Like, this took me and the wife, we wanted to do this for like a month. I wanted her to help me, and we just finally got to it on, today's Monday. I think we did this on Friday. We pulled all the printers off the shelves. We vacuumed everything. We wiped everything down. We mounted the pallet. We mounted the rep box. Moved printers around. Took old printers that I'm not using down to where I print with the resin printers. I put all the other printers I'm not using down there for now, and then rearranged and got everything off my desk onto this table and all the extra crap I had around and move it. I just don't have. I wish I could be the one of those people like, oh, I'm gonna get so much stuff done on quarantine. I can't do that. I have 5 kids. Like, there's nothing. Any of you that have kids and you're homeschooling them, you'll know exactly what I mean. But if you don't have kids, you don't relate at all. Brandon asking, my filament store is fine. I was talking earlier. I printed about 28 spools of filament for some full rolls, some mostly partial rolls. For face shields, I had a local city. There's an American makerspace in one of the nearby cities, by about 2-3 hours driving away. And they reached. I was reaching out trying to find somebody who needed help. They said yes, so I printed them 400 last week. I just did the final shipment this morning of about 210 this morning. I shipped out to them, and hoping that'll help them. So I was able to actually can fit. I have 5. Actually, I have 6. I have 6 bins under my desk right here of all my filament, and then review filament stuff up top. But all my filament now fits in a bin, which is kind of nice. So the Devil's Forge. I think is that the one that Bob I Like to Make Stuff bought? So learned how I did touching the stove. I learned how not to touch hot things on a kerosene heater when I was like, God, how old was I? 5 or 6. I remember it, that I playing with my brother. He's 10 years older than I am, and I was falling, so I turned around and put my hands on top of the kerosene heater and burned the palms of my hands. No scarring, but I burned them pretty good on top of that thing. Man, that hurt. But yeah, I'll learn never to touch hot things anymore. Do some videos on TikTok, yeah. Well, Brandon, I can do about, I mean, I had to work a couple of those days, so I probably could do, if I stay on top of it, I was able to get 10 printers going, and who put out the video? CNC Kitchen put out that video on optimizing your print speed. So I went into Prusa Slicer, I went Simplify 3D, and I retuned all of my slicer settings to do the over extrusion trick of using a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, extruding at 0.6 millimeter. I was able to print 2 shields on pretty much every printer in just under or right around 2 hours, 2 hours and 2 minutes, something like that. And then on the artillery with the 0.6 millimeter nozzle, doing 0.4 millimeter layer heights, I was getting 3 every hour and 10 minutes, I think, at 100 millimeters a second. So they were cranking out pretty good. So on my good days, I was getting about 50 done. Slow days was like 20 done, because I can only swap out the printers once or twice, like once in the morning and then once or twice at night before I went to bed. So 50 to 60 on a good day is how much I think I could get done without popping a breaker. Because having that many printers going at once, like I have all these going, but they're not all printing at once. But when I start putting more of them on, especially the big printers, I can only get about 8 or 10 printers going before I start popping breakers. Work was on for 2 weeks. Yeah, we actually talked, like, the sad thing is, I mean, it's very first world problem that we have a 4-bedroom house and I have this office. So I had been joking, my wife is, we already have 3 kids in one room though. So I was like, oh, we just move another one in the room and give me a room with an air conditioner and a bigger space. You know, being very selfish. But that obviously is not going to happen. So I'm just hoping that when we move next year that I'll have a house that either has like a finished basement like my last place did, or something a little more space that I can use. It'd be kind of cool. Printing a motorcycle? That's kind of cool. Oh, painting. Sorry, I said printing a motorcycle. I'm like, oh, all right, that's a cool project. Well, you're a welder, aren't you? So you can't like feel anything in your hands anymore. Cut touch a turn letter. I heard 3D printing. I don't say where I am for security reasons. I told patrons, but I do not announce that on public. I do not announce that to the public on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, so it's just been cycling through things, getting things done. I need to start getting videos done. So once I, hopefully, the next 2-3 days, I'll finish getting this crap cleared away and get that cleared away. Wife's gonna come through and do all the shelves because she wants to do that. She says it's too dusty. So a he shed. I'm gonna build me a he shed. But I'm hoping by the end of the week to get back to doing videos. Hopefully by the end of the week. And I'm going to try to do this live streaming again weekly, but we'll see how that ends up going. But actually, while we're chatting here, I'm going to load up some more, close this Cura crap. I can close this. I've already, so this is the rest of the bare stuff I need. So I'm going to pull all this in, but I don't need all of it, so let's arrange that. So we'll do these big parts later. I'm going to do the bare extruder, so I think that'll be cool. Oh, no, I didn't want, oh, I just copied all those, didn't I? Shoot. I definitely just hit copy on all those. This one's not Middle Eastern, man. This much. I'm in South America, so it's not Middle Eastern anymore. Okay, stop at that. Arrange. Okay, so don't need that right now. I definitely don't need those. Don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need any of these hot end parts. It's the Y motor. I don't need that. I don't need the Y belt idler. Arrange that. Let's see. So I won't need this or that or that. Do I print those? Yep. Oh, those are so much smaller. I don't need these. I do need that. Y belt holder. I do need that. Oh, they changed some stuff in here. That's interesting. Don't need this. I do need that. I do need that. I won't need that. Oh, that takes a lot of parts out if I just do all that kind of stuff. I'll need that. I won't need this. Thanks, Paul. Like I said, I hope to really get back into it soon here. So, Dennis, I fully understand that. Less time than what you had before. Fully get that. So I did delete a little too much. I can definitely put some more. Oh yeah, so they redid the Y belt holder and Y belt tensioner. Very interesting. I'm still gonna need those. What is this PSU cover Delta? This is new. Where does this even go? I don't know. LCD knob. Did I delete that? Yeah, I did. I think I'm gonna do the. It'll fit. Barely. It'll fit though. So let's slice all this and see what happens. Thanks, True Tech. Like I said, it was not so fantastic. I mean, as of a few days ago, I just had stuff on the floor. I had all the shelves were messy, and they had all of the little wisps from printing everywhere. I do pretty good for about 3 months. Like I do really good at keeping it clean, and then I just fall off, so I just can't do it. Let's move some things around here. Put you here. You there, you there. Let's move this down to here. This one down. Let's slice it now. Slice. That's funny. But yeah, I have no other choice than to try and stay like uber organized because I don't have the space. You know, I mean, these 3 shelves are all that I have to put printers on. And like, I'll tell you one thing, trying to figure out how to mount, I can't see my own camera here. Trying to figure out how to mount that, like where to put that, and then like where to put the mosaic palette, like that was challenging because I wanted to put the palette up top, so right up here, but I didn't want it to be too close to the rep box and not have enough space under it. So I figured, well, I'll just run all the filament down. So I drilled all these holes underneath here and mounted in push fittings and tubing. I'll just run the filament down to the second shelf, have it go into here, and then out the bottom to either the Mark 3S or the Ender 3, or I can put another printer there. Doesn't really matter which one, just as long as there's a different printer there, and run the palette off that. But I'll probably use the palette, if not all the time, with the Mark 3S. It just prints the best, so there's no reason not to use it for that. There's no space for that, Gunner. Unless I put it like right here in the middle, like above where I print, and just have like swinging printers going. That'd be pretty hilarious, though. All right, let's. Did I put the SD card in here? Nope. Hang on. All right, let's export this. See you, Paul. Dennis, no, that's the rep box. There is no AC in this office. I'm getting a little red, and it's already warm in here. It's, what is it? It's only 78 in here right now. 79, I think it said. 79. So, I've wanted to put an AC in here for a while, but it's not my house, and I'm only here for another year. So, I also thought about one of those little, like, floor ones, you know, just have it blow out here out the window. Thought about that too. But I decided, screw it, I'll just suck it up. Okay, so that's exported. So let's delete all of this. Yes. Okay. Why are you still... Okay, let's pull all this stuff back in. So true, what I've done is, because I use these wire shelves, I've printed a bunch of these holders. So these actually are made for these wire shelving, and you can print it this orientation, or you can mirror it and print the other orientation for depending on which way it goes. And these work out really, really well in here. I also have most of my printers, you can see, I printed a adapter, and I put the spool to the side forward facing, because I don't have the height above the printer on pretty much any shelf. I do on this one here, but barely. But all the tall printers, they are way up there, and both of my CR10s have it mounted in a weird way. But those wire shelving holders work the absolute best. So hang on a second, Gunner, I'll get it. I said they need a smidge of cleanup. Actually, let me see if I can do it on with this other. Let's see here. Here, that one. Okay. Let's see. Lighting's not fantastic here. I'm gonna use the other one here then, I guess. Nope, not that one, Shane. That one. There we go. Okay. So I mean, they need a little bit of cleanup around some of the holes there, you can see. But I mean, overall, they're not half bad. Here's one of the Y plates. They look pretty good, I think. A little bit of cleanup here and there. It's also not the most expensive filament, so yeah, I'm kind of still see what happens. Brandon, that has been one of those projects. That printer is driving me freaking bonkers. I cannot tell you how much that K280 is just driving me off the wall, and it makes me want to drink. No, so what I was going to do actually instead is I was going to use the board you sent me. I was going to use that in the G-Tech A10, because all the boards they're sending me are just dying. I think the power supply is bad in it, and I just wanted a different board in there anyway, so I was like, alright, fine, I'm just going to put this board in there. So I was like going through, and I didn't want to hook it up to that power supply and kill it. I'm really worried about killing another power supply, so I'm just going to order another 24 volt power supply when that comes in, reevaluate what to do with that printer. But I have been debating on putting the SKR Mini in there instead. Yeah, so it's carbon fiber polycarbonate. I don't know what the price is. Let's look it up. Let's go Amazon. It's right there. $50 a roll, looks like. So this is what I'm using. I did a review on it. I used a good portion of the spool, but I have plenty left to do a build. On big prints, I had a hard time getting adhesion good enough in it, but it's because I didn't print it inside of an enclosure for a big build. But all these small parts, I'm not having any time. Take it easy, Aaron. Thanks for hanging out. But yeah, I mean, it prints well. But I mean, like I said, it's $50 a roll, and it looks good, so that's why I wanted to give it a shot. I think it might be because I have that nozzle on there. I'm not 100% sure, but again, I can just nick those off. They're pretty good prints, so delete that, delete that, delete that. Let me arrange these. Just get this other print going here real quick. Let's rotate these 90 and 90 and then arrange. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Slice that in the PC Max. It's good. I need the foaming PLA from Cover 5. I used, Gunner, I got the foaming PLA in MakerBox. How long ago was that? Here it is. The LWPLA, and it came out pretty good, I think. Sorry, it's a little hard to tell because the freaking webcam is just weird. I think it came out pretty good. Getting the supports off was a little bit of a bummer, but there's like no warp to it whatsoever. No curling at all, so it actually printed really cool, and it just feels like textured. I don't know, it's weird, but yeah, it was pretty decent though. Power supplies always die, man. I've replaced power supply in several printers. I usually have a couple spares, but I'm actually out. So I'm going to order two 24 volts and two 12 volt, like 320 watt normal ones to have. Yeah, it's not bad. There is one bump in it, and I think that's in the G code because I got several prints from this box when I resliced the G code for this one. That I got that line in this one portion. So it's just, I don't know. There's something weird going on with that one. You hear, well, that's printers printing. Nothing, it's just the Ender 3 is loud. And so is the, that's also the other one printing, is the Anycubic Mega Zero I just got. It's back here. It's not quiet, but it actually prints really good, but it's such a, I think the printer should be cheaper. I just got that. I just sent them my feedback form. It took forever to get to me, but I need to do a first look video at that, so I have a bunch of prints ready. Sorry if the beeping's annoying, but I gotta get these things done. Let's export these now. Oh, exported, okay. Well, no, the Mega has integrated drivers, and so does the Ender. So there's no replacing any of those drivers on there, and I'm really not in the mood to swap out the boards. That's just way too much work. But I have my old school Bose Studio wireless that are noise canceling, so I can be in here and have music on or listen to a video or something and just have that rolling the whole time. Doesn't matter. End of that one. Alright, let that print now. I really wish they had silent drivers. That would make me so much happier. I need to get the old school in the Prusa Mark III, the power supply is not in there. So I need to find my old download, which I think I still have. So search MK3. That's the firmware. That's the Butterworth extruder, which I'm not doing. Here it goes. Alright, let's pull all that in here. This doesn't have it either. Night, Dennis. TrueTech for which printer? All right. Well, I need the power supply. So let's do Prusa STL. Style the Mark III STLs instead of the Mark IIIS. Let's see. Printed parts, STL. PSU cover. There we go. That's what I need. Alright. I want to reprint that as well. Because the power supply I'm looking to get has it, but where's I'm watching Linus Tech Tips here. So I talked about doing the Bear upgrade here. Let's see what this. Alpha 3S clone kit probably end up getting. So here I'm looking right here, Brandon. So this is all the hardware except for the other motor, like the extruder, X and Y motors, and the frame. This is everything that's needed, and it's $375. So that's the and I don't think I need that, so I'm gonna take that out. So $356 for everything is what it looks like it's gonna end up being for all the parts needed. And this is to do the Bear. But this, I might print these in polycarbonate instead of these plates just because I want to get this thing built, and I have most everything. I can get a lot of this built right now, and just worry about electronics later. So I don't know if I'm going to start a build series on it or what, but either way, that's why I'm printing all the parts while I decide. I mean, I think the regular Mark 3S is fantastic. So I can't say if the Bear is really that much better, because honestly my prints come out stunning. So I'm not really expecting that much, but I think it'd be fun to do a build on it. So that's why I'm looking to do this type of build here. It's an S5. Oh yeah, the S5. Those are huge printers, man. Discord. I don't think I have Discord. I don't have Discord up right now. I haven't been on there all day. I have been outside pretty much all day. Hang out with the kids. Played in the water tables. Didn't do any swimming today, but then we went the trampoline for a while. Washed that off. Washed off the deck. Where's my channel at here? Here it is. Yeah, Brandon, so I was looking at that one. So it'd be what, option 1, and I would go orange just for kicks. $379. This comes with, I think, everything. So my only thing with this is that I don't know this blue rose, and I know these parts are good because I'm using them on mine. These are pretty much all the same ones that I bought for electronics wise. I'm just not sure what they're going to sell is going to be any good. So that's why I'm a little hesitant to buy from these guys. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy. What do you think? Gunner, that's going to be crazy, dude. Vincent, my wife cuts my hair. So, she got mine and my son's last week. I think it was last week. So, she's been cutting my hair for 15 years. So, yeah, I don't have to worry about going to get my hair done. I haven't put it up in weeks, though. I haven't spiked it at all. I mean, I could just go ahead and buy this and call it a day. You know, I mean, it comes with colored extrusion rather than, anything else. I could do orange extrusion with this carbon fiber. That might be a pretty cool build. I just haven't heard much. I did reach out to them. Honestly, I did reach out to them. I said, hey, like, do you want to sponsor a video on this? But does this come? So it comes with a Pinda. It comes with the Enzy board. Comes with the belt. Yeah, it seems like it comes with everything that's needed. $369 is not bad. And I'm already printing my own parts, so I don't know, man. It just, I do worry about the heated bed not having good magnets in it. That is one concern of mine. And the power supply. So the power supply I'm using it's not a cheap one. I mean, it's $54 for this one. And I know it works good. Yeah, I'm just really torn on it, to be honest. Really torn on it. My most reliable printer so far, besides the Prusa, my Anycubic i3 Mega, which I actually just did a huge mod on it. Didn't do a video on it because it just took too long, but it's down there. I just put a V6 on it with a Mark 3S style, a hot end on it, and I'm having a little bit of issue getting it retuned. So I'm kind of kicking myself because that printer prints primo. Like my profile is so freaking tuned. It's awesome. It was working so good, but the part cooling was a little lackluster and it was loud as all get out. So now it's dead silent. I'm having a little bit of issue with bed adhesion right now, so I got to kind of figure out what the heck did I screw up and kind of go from there. I'm wondering if it's the bearings. I'm using IGES bearings in it instead of LM8 LU or LM8UU bearing. Sorry. So steel ball bearing ones. I'm using IGES bearings instead. So I'm wondering if that is causing any issues. I don't really know though. So the jury's out on that mod right now. But that would be the most reliable. After that, would be my Ender 3 and the Ender 3 Pro. Those ones are next after that. Triple extruder for Delta. Didn't G-Tech do that? And that printer like failed horribly. Brandon, so that's with $66 shipping. Is it cheaper for this one, $429? $439. Maybe $439, or probably black is $429 is the cheapest you could get it. So I'm coming in at about $75 cheaper. I'm about $75 cheaper right now. If I could find these frigging Z motors cheaper, that would be amazing. But I'm actually also debating on just getting longer ones and take it to 400. Really debating that. They might, Gunner. I'm wondering that. I have IGES on. What else do I have that on? Well, they're on the Hypercube, which has also been pretty flaky lately. I don't know what it is. It might be the hot end. It might be the nozzle. I don't know. But that's been flaky on me. Other than that, I'm not really using them on anything. That's the only other printer I have. So I don't know how well that's going to work out. Yes, that was R2. My candy dish is R2D2, so my wife knows whenever I'm eating candy. There we go. E3D has motors. Let me look that up real quick. Is it the same? Oh shoot, where'd that go? I don't need extruders or anything, Gunner. I need the integrated lead screw 320 millimeter ones. If E3D has them for cheaper, then sweet. Let's look up E3D real quick. No, I just want E3D. Oh, but for the bearings? Yeah. Printer parts, electrical, motors. Shit. Motors. $2 cheaper for me to pay for shipping. That's funny. Tool head motors, direct drive. Lead screw motors. We want this one. Yep. Oh, so this one's 365 millimeters. It's more expensive. It's 23 euros. It's what, 28 bucks? Yeah, so they're more expensive. And they're taller. See, I think I could find, you know, these motors. Oh, clearance. I mean, these are on sale. Sale. Category. Nope. Yeah, that's his sale price. That's 23 euros. Because I need something with integrated screws. I have all the other motors because I'm taking it off of that AlphaWise printer. That's just junk. Yeah, cement printing is the goal to reach. Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. I'm not saying the motors aren't bad. I mean, this one's only 10 bucks. Well, 10 euros. Whatever the heck that is in... But I mean, I have motors, so I'm not really worried about that. See, Brandon, you got me wondering now if I should just buy the kit or do what I was originally planning on doing. And scrounging, because it's... I think I'm just going to scrounge. I'm just going to scrounge. I'm not going to... Nope, done. 50 NEMA 32s. What do you use 32s for? Because 42 is what you use on the printers. These are 300 Z's. So if I could find a motor that has 400 lead screw, that'd be pretty cool. Because I would think that would be awesome for making my own. That's 300 as well. Yeah, let me know, Brandon. That'd be cool to find out. Oh, for CNC, yeah. That's the thing. I have been debating on doing a MP CNC for a long time, but 450s, there's only 30 bucks a pop. I think I'll keep it the same. It's cool and all, but I worry that I'll screw it up. Oh, the Voron build. I keep looking. Stop looking, Jane. So yeah, I'm just waiting to pull the trigger on this. I mean, everything's on sale right now for another 2 days. So I don't know. I got really discouraged in the MPCNC from Tom's video. I can say that. Like when he got that kickback from, you know, modifying a few parts to be a little bit better. I mean, granted, he was kind of asking for it. It's not an open source thing to do that. So, I mean, I don't know. But also, again, I don't have a garage space. I could be doing that out in the carport. And I don't really feel like doing that. CNC plasma table. that sounds pretty cool, Gunner. Oh, how long have we been yakking for? An hour and a half now. Ooh. That might be the end of it here soon. But I didn't want that reopened. And I just need to slice and print this. So yeah, yeah. I feel the same way about the MPCNC thing. Very unfortunate about that. Oh, there it is right there. But yeah, alright, I think I'm going to call it there. So, again, this was kind of to be like, hey, I am here. I have been doing a ton of stuff in the background, just not producing any content. Like I said, I've printed all my maker boxes. They're all sitting there waiting for videos. Whether I actually do them or not, I don't know. And I owe several videos for other people on filament and the palette. I owe videos on that. I have everything printed for it. I just have to do the video. So I'm hoping by the end of this week to get back into recording. Might put out some other videos that I've already recorded soon, or I'll put them out later. I don't know, but we'll kind of see how I end up doing that. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with it, but we'll just kind of wait and see and decide from there. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and call it there for the night. I thank all of you guys for hanging out on this Monday evening or day, wherever you are at. I know Gunner, it's like middle of the night there. He never sleeps though, so he's weird. But yeah, it's been fun, and I think I will try and get back to doing this on a weekly basis. Maybe go back to the Saturday night streams again. I don't know. We'll see how it ends up going. So thank you all for tuning in, and catch y'all real soon.